After Game 2 between the Leafs and Panthers, there is a lot for Leaf fans to be pissed about. Obviously, the Sam Bennett stuff has everyone riled up, and we'll get to that. I'll put a timestamp on the video if you want to go straight to that incident. But the Leafs also put on a masterclass for how to blow a game in just 47 seconds. That alone should piss off Leaf fans, especially when you realize what went wrong. Now, I was at the game, it was awesome, the crowd was buzzing, but I had to rewatch it back over to see exactly what the Florida Panthers did right and what the Toronto Maple Leafs did wrong. So right out of the gate, I thought the Leafs came out with some good energy. A great fourth line shift with a perfect forecheck allows the Leafs to get bodies in front, and Kerfoot bangs home the rebound off a point shot from Luke Schenn. 1-0, and a great way to set the tone as the fourth line. Leafs follow this up with a power play goal from O'Reilly, but it's all because of the brilliance of Mitch Marner. Watch him take this rebound, and instead of sending it out to the point, he gets this killer to hesitate for a split second to open up space for a seam, and then he just lays out a beautiful pass for O'Reilly to T1 home. So great play. Everyone's cheering. Everyone thinks that the Leafs are just going to steamroll Florida this game, just like how they did in Tampa back in round 1. But the Florida Panthers are so damn good at playing to their identity, it's actually amazing to watch. Their first goal may seem like a fluky goal because Tavares blows a tire, but this play happens well before this moment. The play starts as a defensive zone draw, and it ends up as a goal because of perfect details and one puck battles for Florida. The first battle won is here right below their own goal line. Reinhart is also in perfect position to support the breakout and transition, and as this puck moves along the half wall, another battle is won by Florida because of the support they give each other in their own end. Once they get possession, they are deeply committed to executing their forecheck, so Reinhart chips it in, F1 takes the body, forces the defender to reverse. Tavares is late on the read and goes to change direction. He blows a tire, and then a perfect pass from Reinhart makes it a 1-goal game. A 200-foot goal simply because of Florida's ability to execute their game plan from defense to offense. This is where the wheels fall off and why Leaf fans should be pissed. To start the second period, all it takes is 47 seconds of sloppy hockey and mental lapses from their best players to let the game slip right out of their hands. First is a tough turnover in the neutral zone by Nylander, as Duclair does a perfect job of stick lifting him to gain possession. Puck goes to Barkov, and he throws a softie on net to just beat Samsonov low glove. Samsonov has had moments where he's come up huge for the Leafs, but this goal can't go in at any point during the game. That's a backbreaker, and not even a few seconds later, it's both Matthews and Marner being way too cute at their own blue line to cause another goal against. Instead of just going north-south and skating the puck out, Marner tries to make a play into the middle to Matthews. Florida anticipates it, and Matthews tries to do this chip play to evade the pressure. It doesn't work out at all, and the Leafs get burned on the turnover. This certainly pissed off Dubas. It definitely pisses off Keefe, and it should also royally piss off Leaf fans to see that stuff from their best players. Now, the Leafs had a great third period, I thought, in my opinion, where they had a ton of chances, but Bobrovsky had himself a game, and he stole this one for Florida in that third period alone. Now on to the Sam Bennett stuff, where Leaf fans were complaining that Bennett should be suspended for either the Knies throwdown or bunting crosscheck. Now they announced today that Bennett would only get a $5,000 fine for this crosscheck, and Leaf fans are reacting very well to this news, but in my opinion, I would say maybe a game is deserved only because the NHL backed themselves into a corner when they suspended Matthews for 2 games with this similar crosscheck on Rasmus Dahlin. Again, consistency continues to be a problem for the NHL. As for the Knies takedown, is it dirty? Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think it's enough to suspend someone. This is an experienced player greasing up a top rookie because it gives his team a better chance at winning. You might not like it, but that's what it takes in the playoffs. Of course, if this was Bennett's objective, he did it well because Matthew Knies was officially diagnosed with a concussion and will be out for games 3 and 4 of this series. That's a huge loss for the Leafs because I thought Knies did a really good job fitting in the Leafs' top 6. The Panthers are fully embracing this villain role in this series, and honestly, it's been effective for them so far. This now sets up what I believe is a must-win game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. If Florida goes up 3-0, I don't see this Leaf team capable of fighting back to force a Game 7, so I think it's necessary for the Leafs to win this game if they want any chance of staying alive. For the Leafs, a quick mental reset is definitely definitely needed. They've played well for most of games 1 and 2, but they need to clean up these details in their game. I love what Samsonov said after as well when they asked him about Bobrovsky's play. As a goalie, this is the mentality you need to have. A short-term memory, focus on your own game, and making the next save. Bobrovsky has been outplaying Samsonov up until this point in the series, but that really doesn't matter, as all that matters now is the next game. As for the Florida Panthers, man, they are such a good team. I love watching this team play. All they have to do is to keep playing their game by wearing down the Leafs on the forecheck and keep forcing the Leafs' top players to make these type of mistakes in their own end. So what did you think of Game 2 and the Sam Bennett fine? Let me know in the comments down below what you think is the difference in this series so far. And before we end the video, I want to thank our sponsor, Hockey Training. If you're a hockey player who wants to improve your game, the Hockey Training app and YouTube channel is the best place to be. Armed with drills inspired by some of the greatest NHL players in the world, it is the #1 place to take your game to the next level, both on and off the ice. If you're interested, I'll leave the links in the bio down below. And as always, if you want to see more NHL playoff content, make sure you hit that subscribe button.